Welcome to step 5 of the MCC, the complex tab. The complex tab builds on the simple summary in complexity. So if you haven't already watched the simple summary video, I highly recommend you do so first to get a basic understanding. So on the complex tab, we're first going to verify our information is the same up at the top. Same information as before, our input parameters. Next, we're going to look at the page chart. And what you'll see is the simple tab is this kind of the right side of the chart here, but the complex tab adds on these left few columns. And these left few columns represent your current military gross to military net pay. So while the simple tab only showed you civilian gross to military gross, the complex one shows you military gross pays, your current estimated income taxes, and your current military net pays. So right now, since this captain is stationed in Florida, he pays no state income tax, and on his $89,046 of current income, he pays $68.12 in FICA taxes and $29.21 in federal taxes, which results in him earning $79,313 of net pays for his pays alone. Below here is the charts, is the effective tax rates. Notice how here on the left half of the chart, the state is 0 because it's Florida, and then FICA and federal are shown up there. The same numbers are still shown at the right half of the chart, those effective tax rates from military gross to civilian gross. Those are the same numbers from the simple tab. Next is the allowances section. Again, it's the same thing with the simple tab. So the right half of the screen is the same as simple, but you'll notice on the left half, this drives home the point that there are no income taxes paid on allowances. So no federal, no FICA, no state. So the military gross allowances number of $43,484 is the same thing as the military net allowances of $43,484. And you can see the big tax advantage of what was that. It was over $23,000 in this case of tax savings alone. And the tax rates are 0 across the board for military gross to military net. Lastly is the benefits section. Again, same thing with the simple one on the right half. And you'll note here again, the member is currently not paying income taxes on these amounts. Now, one thing with these amounts is that the military member right now is not getting this $14,400 for childcare subsidy, but this is the amount he will have to spend additionally to what he spends on childcare. So it's the difference, it's the delta between what he currently spends on subsidized childcare in the service and what he will have to spend when he gets out as a civilian on the local economy. So he doesn't get this money in his pocket right now, but we input it here because he will have to spend this money when he gets out as a civilian. And same thing with the others, the gym, the NEX, PXBX, MWR, ITT, legal help, that kind of thing. And lastly is the not taxed retirement match, $42.72. So again, you add these up on the right side and come up with the same $193.97. We have the same sources along the bottom here if you're interested. Pays BAH, BAS, and federal taxes and FICA taxes. So now let's go into the complex PDF. See how that differs from the simple PDF. So it's the same layout as a simple PDF, only you'll see that there's more columns in those charts. So the charts in the middle got a little bit wider to account for the extra columns showing the military gross to military net pays, allowances and benefits, and the income tax implications. So same thing here, we've got name and information across the top, military inputs on the upper left. Still paying Florida income tax, which is 0, but the service member in this case will be paying DC income tax. And we have the pays here. He has basic and foreign language. So total pays, total military gross pays is the middle column, the $89,046. To the right is the civilian gross equivalent if you were to move to DC for pays alone. And on the far left is what he currently pays in income taxes. And the very far left, it's his current net income for pays alone. Same thing with allowances. The left half, the military net to military gross, is the same number because, again, we do not pay taxes on allowances. However, as a civilian, he will have to, which is why we have this steep chart here on the right half of the page. And lastly, for benefits, the same thing here. The after-tax or post-tax benefits require a lot more money to be earned to net the same amount now as he currently does, or in some of these cases, the amounts that he will have to pay out of pocket additionally because he'll be a civilian and no longer in the military. So the child care subsidy and the others that he currently saves on, he'll have to pay that difference once he becomes a civilian. And lastly, the BRS retirement match is the same, and the total is the same as $193,097. Again, this is for a captain with 8 years of service, stationed in the Washington, D.C. area, married, filing jointly with 2 kids. Your situation could vary depending on all those things, but this gives you an example of what a service member could earn or does earn right now, equivalent as a civilian. All right, that concludes the complex tab. Let's go to the income tax analysis tab next.